have a heavy training load with little time between exercise sessions, or who have a busy lifestyle involving other responsibilities and commitments. Frequent travel. The need for travel have increased in both recreational and competitive sport, attracting all levels of athletes to train and compete abroad. Long-distance travel can lead to travel fatigue, a temporary condition that can be overcome by appropriate preparation and precautions before and during a flight. However, when travel involves a long-distance flight across several time zones, athletes may experience jet lag for several days thereafter. Various methods have been proposed to counter the effects of jet lag and to adjust the body clock as quickly as possible. Although there is insufficient evidence available for the feeding hypothesis and the agony diet for athletes, Waterhouse suggests ways to minimize the effects of jet lag, including melatonin ingestion, bright light exposure avoidance, and management of sleep. If local travel is involved, athletes traveling to a new venue may not be adequately prepared for training and competition due to the following reasons: lack of preparation of foods and fluids, having an insufficient supply of foods and fluids for the duration of the event, feeling compelled to consume all the foods and fluids they have brought along, insufficient funds to purchase food or fluids, trying new foods or supplements for the first time during competition. Although this may seem trivial to athletes' performance is often affected when they are not prepared or not able to get a particular food or drink at the new venue, one that they previously used during training. They then have to try a new food or drink not known to them and with no idea of how it may affect their performance. If partaking in an endurance or team event, it may be that the event organizers have done well to provide beverage and race slack for the athletes, although an athlete should never count on this. Rather be pleasantly surprised by the event's food and fluid supply than disappointed or distraught by lack of supply. In the end, it seems a clear choice to make, that is, to come to an event in the best possible shape by being prepared with foods and fluids suited to individuals' taste, considering the number of hours and numerous sacrifices athletes make on a daily basis for their sport. Since sport and exercise performance is multifactorial, why spend all that time concentrating on the exercise component and then throwing it away by lack of preparation around nutrition? Foreign travel poses another challenge for athletes, and depending on their level of performance, may be frequent, several times a year or seasons, or infrequent, once a year or less. Still, there are restrictions with regards to what one may be able to take on board an aircraft. It limits the athlete's nutrition preparation strategies. It is best then for them to familiarize themselves with the destination country, city, and venue as much as possible by obtaining information prior to departure. This will depend heavily on their accommodation of choice, facilities that are available there, and the surrounding area or supporting venue. At athlete's vintage, they may be restricted and not allowed to bring in any food, fruit, or supplementation. They may be exposed to different foods than their home country, unknown brands of food, foreign language food labels, and cultural staple foods. If venturing out and about outdoors, they may be exposed to unsafe foods or water, athletes at a high level of a performance, for example, professional athletes or those representing the country may have a team of people to coordinate their trip and manage these challenges. Other athletes may not be so lucky, and the result is that their nutritional intake and performance will depend on their resourcefulness. Rationale for following sport and exercise nutrition principles. While talent and ability contribute to overall sports performance, nutrition knowledge and good food practice can make a difference between winning and losing. The rationale for adhering to sport and exercise nutrition principles have been provided through years of scientific research and observation of athletes, both in laboratory settings and in the fields, for example, in real-life competitions. The literature reported in this book demonstrates that partaking in sport and exercise places energy and nutrient demands on the human body, in addition to those required for basic bodily functions, survival, prevention of disease, and promotion of health. Thus, from a nutrition standpoint, understanding energy and nutrition requirements for sport and exercise participation and applying these principles is of key importance to achieve and maintain a healthy body and achieve optimal sports performance. The following factors influence energy and nutrient requirements. The athlete's body composition, fat mass and lean body mass, muscle mass, weight, body mass, and height. Type of sport participation, for example, intermittent, power, or endurance type exercise, affecting intensity and duration of exercise, subsequent fuel use during the activity. Environment, for example, preceding diet will affect fluid and nutrient requirements. Other factors such as genetics or natural ability and training adaptations will affect or train the athlete's physiology that in turn affects the energy and nutrients they require and how efficient their bodies are at using these resources. Body composition affects dietary needs. All athletes are individuals with different dietary needs and exercise demands that depend on time, duration, and intensity of exercise, age, gender, weight, and body composition and lifestyle. Body composition, or body fatness and lean body mass, is estimated using physical body measurements including weight, body mass, height, waist circumference, mid-arm muscle circumference, body frame size, body mass index (BMI), and skin fold thickness. These measurements, as well as age and gender, are used for determining the estimated advantage requirements (ERA), which will be discussed in Chapter 2. Factors affecting fuel using during exercise. At the competitive level of sport, high demands are placed on athletes' energy and nutrient stores. Performance analysis techniques are a way to assess the demands so that the knowledge can be applied in training and competition performance and used toward the dietary plan. It is used by researchers and in high-performance laboratories and provides useful information that track and measures athletes' activities during sport participation, especially in sport that relies on a high number